Welcome to Facts for Real videos. Are you ready to find out about the most interesting astronomical events that are waiting for us in the next 100 years? Currently, everything in the universe moves in a consistent, predictable pattern, some of which are quite complex. Math can assist us in making predictions about how the night sky will appear in hundreds of years. Astronomers create entire calendars of unusual celestial events because of this. So let's learn more in 2029 about the most fascinating astronomical events that are in store for us in the upcoming 100 years. Asteroid Apophis. The asteroids in our solar system range in size from tiny pebbles to enormous boulder-like objects. And many of them are dangerously close to Earth. One of them is expected to pass by us in 2029. It is known as 99942. The asteroid Apophis is quite big, with a diameter of about 1,200 feet. When it was first found by NASA in 2004, it was regarded as one of the most hazardous orbiting objects because of the Sun on April 13, 2029. Even the name of this asteroid is quite terrifying because it will only be a few steps away from colliding with Earth. The name of the chaotic and destructive deity in ancient Egyptian mythology is Apophis. What's symbolism? A huge serpent that represented chaos and stood in opposition to pure and light. But don't worry, according to scientists, we won't actually be hit by the asteroid despite its unsettling proximity. It will travel about 20,000 miles from the planet. Indeed, it is closer to us than both the Moon and even a few NASA satellites. Fortunately, despite the mess, the event will be quite lovely. Even without a telescope and in the unlikely event of an emergency, Apophis will be visible in the sky. In 2068, if you miss it, don't worry. It will fly close and return once more. The century's darkest lunar eclipse will occur on Earth in 2029. Occasionally, a lunar eclipse happens when the Moon is entirely in Earth's shadow. When this occurs, our natural satellite appears bright red and can appear frightening. But rest assured, it's easy. Red eclipses happen more frequently than solar ones because red rays can enter our atmosphere more easily. The shadow becomes darker the closer the Moon is to its center. According to scientists, the eclipse will occur on July 26, 2029. One of the darkest eclipses in the past 100 years will be visible. The eclipse itself will last for about an hour and 42 minutes, as will the entire event. Up until the satellite departs, the Moon is in the Earth's shadow. It'll go for about 3 hours and 40 minutes. The best places to view the event are in South America. Book your tickets right away. Wow, the planet parade in 2040. All the planets in our solar system line up at this point, which is known as the Parade of the Planets. They won't draw a line that is absolutely straight. But it'll still be a very impressive display. View some planets, such as Venus and Jupiter, can be seen clearly. Even in large cities and with unaided vision, but particularly during the planetarium show. According to NASA, you can see them all if you travel outside of town where it is darker. The following parade will take place on September 8, 2040. So purchase plenty of telescopes. 2052. The 21st century's brightest supermoon. Currently, the Moon's orbit isn't exactly circular. Our natural satellite orbits the planet in an elliptical pattern. As a result, the 2 points that are closest to Earth and farthest from it exist. The apogee is the farthest point, and the perigee is the nearest. Some perigees, however, might be closer to us than others because everything in space is a little unstable. Yes, all of these changes in orbit are very confusing. Even scientists occasionally struggle to correctly predict them. Nevertheless, when the full moon is particularly close to Earth, the so-called supermoon occurs. At these times in 1979, the event's name was first coined. We perceive the Moon to be enormous, much like in those fantastical sci-fi films and animated cartoons. Additionally, it can appear up to 30% brighter than usual, and the brighter it appears, the darker the rest of the sky is. On December 6, 2052, something really cool will happen, despite how the Moon may appear right now. The supermoon will be the closest and brightest of the 21st century. We will be up to 17,000 miles closer to our beloved satellite than usual. That one will be difficult to miss in 2060. The brightest comets in comic books are the dusty remains of spacecraft that once flew. There are thousands of them in our solar system alone. They were scattered all over the universe thousands of years ago. A comet heats up as it approaches the sun and starts to release gases and dust. It initially resembles a tiny star, however, solar winds cause its head to transform into a sizable fuzzy gas cloud. It also develops the lovely long tail that all of this produces. A breathtaking view, and we can even see such comets without a telescope. A comet becomes brighter as it approaches the Earth. It appears that the Sky 15P comet, we have known that Finland, which was named after its discoverer, will come to visit us on October 27, 2060, since the 19th century. The comet will be one of the ones that comes closest to Earth in the last 100 years. It will pass within 4.6 million miles, and the view in 2084 is certain to be breathtaking. Earth is currently being eclipsed. Unfortunately, this is one of the most exciting events to occur in the 21st century. This event will only be visible from Mars, so we won't be able to see it from Earth. The Moon and Earth will appear as bright silhouettes as they pass the Sun. 1984 was the last time it occurred. A planetary transit is similar to a solar eclipse and is the name of such a phenomenon. But in our case, without the Moon, and with other planets. On November 10, 2084, it will be more like an Earth eclipse, meaning that Martians will be able to see Earth pass by the Sun while blocking it. It's possible that there are inhabitants of Mars who could see this. But even if not, we'll be able to watch the video taken from space by professionals. Take NASA's Tenacity, for instance. We've already received images from the Mars rover of a similar eclipse. Where in the year 2100, the Mars satellite Phobos passed in front of the Sun. The renowned North Star, or True North, will be the closest. The funny thing is that the North Star isn't actually exactly aligned with the North. Sailors have been using it for centuries to indicate where North is. Our planet moves in space with time rotating like a huge spinning top because it lacks a fixed axis. The orbital precession is what is causing this. As a result, the North Star doesn't stay in the same spot in the sky. Unless you're standing at the South or North Pole, it moves so slowly that it's not even noticeable. The polar star will, however, finally be visible above our planet's true north on March 24, 2100, after which it will start to slowly move away again and return only 26,000 years later. This is a truly uncommon occurrence. But regrettably, that's not all. It will resemble a farewell present from the North Star for us. Since the Earth's axis is constantly shifting, this will happen in about 2,000 years. Gamma Cephas will, in other words, completely take the place of the North Star. The event of 2100 will resemble its beautiful but somewhat depressing farewell performance from the calendar of the most intriguing astronomical events. That will take place over the course of the next 100 years, and many of them. Even a telescope is not necessary. You must do well to survive until then if you are to see them all with the unaided eye. Make sure not to miss them because they will be incredible to witness, especially considering that some of them are once-in-a-lifetime events. I'm done for today. So, if the video satisfied your curiosity, please like it and share it with your friends. If you're still curious, click on the following videos to see more, or stick with the facts for real videos.